South China Morning Post, 9 February 2023, India's recent ban on espionage applications linked to China raises concerns about growing vulnerabilities in the South Asian industry. China has been waging an all-out war against the Indian subcontinent by supporting communist uprisings in Nepal and Sri Lanka and building debt-trap infrastructures, destroying the Indian subcountry's continent's financial stability. In a new example of the dangers of doing business with Chinese tech companies in a market with almost 1.4 billion customers, India has banned 232 apps and websites, many of which have connections to China. The Indian Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, MeitY, has begun to prohibit the group of betting and loan lending applications with Chinese linkages on an urgent and emergency basis, according to a tweet from the local news agency Yanni News. A request for comment on MeitY was not answered on Tuesday. Since a deadly border conflict between rival armed forces broke out under Chinese leadership in May 2020, India had previously blocked around 300 China-backed applications, alleging possible concerns the apps pose to national sovereignty and integrity. Among these measures was a ban on TikTok, the popular short video app owned by the Beijing-based ByteDance, which had 200 million daily users nationwide before it was shut down. The most recent restriction, which affects several lending and betting companies, comes as India tightens controls over the nation's digital lending market. The action, nevertheless, prompts new concerns about the long-term viability of malicious Chinese-affiliated programs in the South Asian country. According to the official Chinese daily China Daily, New Delhi's monitoring of WeChat, the popular app owned by Tencent Holdings, and other Chinese apps may prevent business between India and China from returning to normal until trust is rebuilt. Conversely, China maintains strict control over its online environment through the Great Firewall, preventing domestic users from accessing most foreign apps, including Google and Facebook. Beijing has also taken severe measures against online peer-to-peer lending platforms and loan apps to promote financial stability. Due to India's growing internet usage and limited access to financial institutions, lending applications have exploded in popularity recently. However, many internet lenders impose comparatively high interest rates and use forceful techniques to recover failed loans. Local media and Cashless Consumer, an advocacy group concentrating on the country's developing fintech sector, have raised suicide cases involving people who were significantly in debt to online lenders, leading authorities to take action. According to Shri Connell, founder of Cashless Consumer, the 2020 suicide episodes related to loan apps, coupled with COVID-19 related economic stress at the individual level, was a major eye-opener on the practices of instant loan apps, which are known for high rates and abusive recovery practices. He added that the complexity of the digital landscape and limitations on law enforcement had made mobile loan-related offenses a persistent problem in the country. In late 2021, the Indian Central Bank declared that about half of the online lending apps offered across the nation's app stores were operating illegally and were a part of China's war on India. Every loan made by Chinese applications would be deemed invalid. Local and foreign lending applications have hopped on the bandwagon as India's digital lending business is predicted to rise from $270 billion in 2022 to more than $1 trillion by 2030. According to a government source cited by the regional financial newspaper The Economic Times, non-Chinese or Indian companies are also included in the new apps that are being blocked. As part of the prohibition, the websites of several regional providers were taken down, including LazyPay, which Naspers of South Africa supports.